welcome. So in today's video, we'll be creating an RFID based access control system. So which we will be using to control our solenoid lock. So for the project, we'll be requiring Arduino Uno board, RFID RC522 module, a relay module, solenoid lock, LEDs, red and green color, also the connection wires. So all these components are readily available on Amazon and you can buy it from the link given in description. Let's move forward and see how our connections will look like. So this is how the connections will look like. Also the diagram for the connections I've given in the description. So first we'll be connecting our RFID module to the Arduino board. So for the connections, we'll be connecting SCK on RFID to port number 13 on Arduino, MISO to port number 12, MOSI to port number 11, SDA to port number 10, and reset pin on RFID to port pin number 9 on Arduino, ground on RFID to ground on Arduino, and 3.3 volt on RFID to 3.3 volt on Arduino. So this is how connections between our RFID and Arduino will complete. Then we'll be connecting our red and green LEDs to the Arduino. So positive pin from the red LED will go to pin number 7 on Arduino. Negative pin from red LED will go to ground pin on Arduino. And then we'll be connecting green LED to pin number 6 and the ground of green LED to ground on Arduino. So our connection on LED and Arduino will complete. We'll be now connecting relay to our Arduino. So for connecting relay to Arduino, we have 6 pins on relay. So these 3 pins, VCC, ground and in, these will be connected to the Arduino. So VCC pin will go to 5 volt pin on Arduino. Ground will go to ground pin on Arduino and in pin will connect to pin number 2 on Arduino. So this is how we have described these pins in our code, right? So and we are connecting it to pin number 2, right? Then we'll be connecting our solenoid to the relay. So how solenoid will be connected to relay? From the DC port, maybe a DC charger or something. So we'll be connecting a direct wire from DC to our solenoid, and one wire from DC will go through our relay to solenoid. So our relay have 3 ports for that: no, COM and NC. No is normally open, COM, then there is a COM port, and then there is normally closed port. So we'll connect our solenoid between normally open and COM port. So one pin from the live will go to normally open and one from the COM will go to solenoid lock. So this is how all our connections will complete. And let's move forward. Let me make the connections on the board and show you the code. All the connections. Let's open Arduino IDE and connect our Arduino board to PC. Then in the tools, select the correct port. So I've connected my Arduino to COM4. So I've selected COM4 here, and if you don't know which port your Arduino is connected, you can check it in Device Manager. So after making these connections, first for the RFID module, we have to download the libraries. So for that, I'll go to Sketch, Include Library, and inside there, Manage Libraries. So after clicking Manage Libraries, a pop-up will appear. So this type, and it's still downloading for me, updating the list of libraries. So when this is opened, you'll search for MFRC522 here. And then you have to install this MFRC522. I have already installed it on my PC, so I'll close this. So then what we have to do after installing the library, let's go to File, Examples, and then here you go to MFRC 522, and from here let's say you have to search dump info, right? So this is the like example code here to dump info. Let me upload this code to my Arduino. It's getting uploaded to Arduino. Nowadays when it is uploaded on Arduino, so we can do one thing. Now we will open serial monitor, right? So after opening serial monitor, let's say if I put say I put one tag here on the RFID module, so this is giving me all these details. So what is relevant for me is the card UID. So I'll copy this card UID, it's B3CA881B. So, and also I'll give it in my code. And then let me scan the other one more RFID. So okay, so for this one the card UID is 139D6-1A. So I'll include one of these in my code, right? So that I can give access to one, and for the other like for the testing purpose we won't give the access, right? And then let's see our code. Like this is the code that we'll be using and burning to our Arduino now. So like I've given comment with every line so that it's easier for you to understand. Also I've given the code link in the description. So here I've given the UID for our scanned like ID, and then let's move ahead and burn this code to our Arduino. So to burn the code, first let me compile it. And after the compiling, I'll upload the code to Arduino. So once this is uploaded, let's see how our Arduino is working. Hi, so finally when our circuit is ready, so let's check how it is working. So I have these two tags which I've marked green and red. So green is the one which have the access and red one doesn't have the access. So let's first put green on this RFID. So when I put it, this LED will start glowing and it will give the power to relay as well, and like after this the LED turns off. So let me put it again. So this will glow the LED for 3 seconds and then turn off. So if I put the red tag, the tag which doesn't have access, let me put it. So this time it is giving glowing the red LED. So that means it doesn't have the access. So I think that's it. So everything and link for the code and everything is given in the description. So if you guys have any doubts, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer your questions.